defeat this PA gunner? I mean, when you look at what Liquid has, do you like it better than what we saw Falcons try today against the PA picks?
Honestly, not particularly.
Okay.
I would say.
You're concerned?
Yeah, I can see why they're picking their heroes for what they're picking them for, right? Like, you pick ET because it's good for sitting in the lane to kind of secure your lane. You pick Monkey for a flex. You pick Zeus, I think it's because they think it's a very solid support and because it's good versus Riki. You pick Puck seeing the Invoker. Like, when you break it down that way, everything's really simple. But then when you look at what Pari has, you're picking Puck into a Riki. You're picking Puck into a last pick Disruptor. You're picking ET into an Invoker now. And some of the reasons why the heroes are getting picked feel kind of diluted because of the kind of counters, I guess. So I would say purely because of that, Liquid's draft's a bit scary for me. And I'm interested to see what their overall plan is and what they want to do, because, again, a lot of the times it's feeling like, oh, if we don't have like a really good solid strategy versus PA, she's going to get farmed and she's going to win the game. So to some extent, it's just scary that maybe they see a plan, right? But for me, I just don't see you do this, this, and this, and you'll win the game. It feels so much easier for that from Pari's perspective. It's Invoker has a solid lane mid, he roams around, stops the Centaur from cutting, PA gets fat, wins the game. I just feel like there's an extra, maybe step or two that Liquid has to do to get this win.
Because what you would say, this is another one of those situations where if they're able to sit back and farm, you don't see Mickey on the Monkey King being able to tackle a Satanic PA in the later portions of a longer game. It's just...
Probably not.
Sure.
It can. Obviously, you know, Mickey gets an ult off, the PA blinks into the ult and just gets one shot with like Monkey King bar, but for the most part, no. PA wins a lot of these matchups. A lot of the heroes that are kind of good for her are because they fight her in this early mid-game timing where she's kind of squishy and they beat her and then they keep scaling. Stuff like Alchemist is actually good for her. Bloodseeker is good for her because these heroes, either they have a bunch of like disable built into them that just can stop her from blinking around, or they just, fight her at this 15-20 minute timing and they beat her. Whereas Monkey, you could say he has both of those, right? He has a stun, he has the ability to fight, but I feel like it's not the same strength as some of the other heroes.
Sure. And when you're playing Monkey King in this sort of matchup, I mean, because you're already, Mickey, having the Maelstrom queued up, going this Maelstrom route, do you prioritize getting that full Gleipnir? I know, Gleipnir's patches have gone, it's kind of fallen out of favor, but when you're against heroes like this PA and this Riki jumping about, do you want to get the full Gleipnir sooner, or do you still just not get Gleipnir, you get your other items and eventually get a Mjolnir? Is there any value for bumping up the priority of that Gleipnir when you play against a PA?
I would say in this draft, he doesn't really need a Gleipnir on.
No.
Just because his draft has so much control. You have Puck with a coil, you have a Centaur Stomp, you have ET. So
yeah, sure.
I would say, if anything, it's Mickey's job to almost 1v5 at some point. Obviously, Nisha is going to have a lot of impact, but they really need him to be the hard carry for their team. Kind of a counterpart to the PA.
Want him? With the chance to get first blood. Carlis, and indeed Liquid will. Satanic will manage to find the trade as he takes down Boxy. But first blood going to Liquid.
Also, the Sentry Ward get killed pretty big now. I think that means that the camp is going to be blocked by Radiant, so solid lane now for Pari. I know they don't get the first blood, but usually stuff like that kind of is good, especially because it's the camp control. So solid win. These lanes aren't looking too bad for either side, but mid actually is really bad.
Yeah, this is 11 and 2 against the 5 and 3 on the first few waves. I mean, coming in very, very hot here on his first few waves here. No one on the Invoker. Well, this is something you wouldn't say is
I wouldn't expect this, no. If anything, Puck has been the #1 response pick to Invoker for the last year or two. Where when Invoker's always been this hero, pick it, solid lane, the double Wraith Band was starting to get popularized. And you pick Puck, because he can never mana burn you, he doesn't really out-trade you. You have the in and out Puck, so you're constantly healing. But right now, no one's just kind of crushing the lane. It's really good performance by him. And the scary thing about it is Invoker gets stronger as the lane goes on. His first 2 waves is the worst time for Invoker. So the fact you win those first 2 waves so hard means a lot for kind of how this mid lane will play out. And even the 3v3 mid, we always see these 3v3s at the 6-minute runes. That's really important for Puck. He wants to get the rune, wants to be able to rotate, but if no one's crushing it so hard that Liquid can't even 3v3 mid, that's going to slow down kind of the tempo for their game a lot.
Yeah, look at this top lane so far. I mean, as we can see, top CS, DM having complete free farm on the Enigma. Did you sort of expect the the ET pick to be able to do a bit more against the Enigma pressuring him out of the lane, or is this just how it goes? This is actually just a good setup for the Enigma this time around in the matchup.
I would have hoped it did a bit more than what it's doing right now, but it's not too... honestly, the surprising thing is I would have thought that Ricky would just have a low impact in this lane compared to what he has. I feel like he's been helping a lot in terms of...
Because there's a lot of time that Insania is sort of chasing 9 class around.
Exactly.
Leaving the 1v1 between Mickey and DM, which I imagine for the most part, DM's quite happy to play that 1v1.
Yeah. The Monkey King doesn't really just destroy the Eidolons in a pure 1v1. It's more of, oh, if I have a Crystal Maiden and they slow all the Eidolons, then I just run them down as the Monkey King. But in this thing where you're in a pure 1v1, it's pretty favored for Enigma. And so, yeah, I think it's not super surprising, but it's one of those things that it could have gone either way, and the fact it's going this way is really good for Party. Whereas whichever team was winning this lane, it matters a lot.
That's going to be able to set up surely for a kill for Satanic.
One right there.
Boxy gets dragged back. Might be able to turn for Sableye as well, honestly. As the Thunderstrike's back out, he does have the stick charges. That'll be enough to keep him fine. But these two, I mean, Ducalis, he's been making some nice moves on this bottom lane. I mean, it continues to happen.
Rotation.
He has come in with the rotation. Boundless strikes there. Satanic, he'll jump forward to finish up the kill, but should die for this. Can't escape Insania and Mickey. So will fall underneath the tower. But a very well-needed rotation there to come in. And not necessarily always from the position you expect. Very early rotation from the carry on the top side. But Mickey realizing that, something had to be done down bottom because Satanic is having a pretty good start down there. On this PA, he's already got 3 kills at 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the normal start now.
Yeah, it seems to be right.
Yeah,
we're getting these PAs popping off early today.
But it's always those things where, especially Mickey, I think it's a really good read by him that he's not having a great time in the lane. So anytime you're able to use your hero for impact on the map, it's way better than having an even lane.
Yeah.
And even now you can see Mickey, that 3v3 I talked about, I was worried, Nisha's might be losing, maybe he can't do the 3v3. So instead of a 3v3... That's a bit rough, because now Mickey's here.
And now he's under the tower.
And the Ghost Walk.
Ghost walks up, so no one is fine.
They might get DM.
Will still die. But Nisha, he's under the tower. He's got to be careful. No one still dancing around. They're still trying to push this under the tower. Nisha, face
no one's so tanky.
Out, but he's dead. They will kill no one. But Mickey is now caught by the kinetic field. The Eidolons are being into him. It's a double kill for DM with these Eidolons. I mean, they're going to chase down Boxy. They've got the Thunderstrike on him. DM just gets the triple kill with the Eidolons. Insania's still diving under the tower looking for Ducalis. He's juking around the trees, Ducalis, so Ducalis will die. I don't know what the heck happened there, and I think both teams are kind of waking up. Missed stream coil into whoever knows what the heck happened under that tier 1.
I was just about to praise the fact that they were turning into a 4v3 with Mickey rotating mid. There's going to be this perfect timing, Coil, and then Coil misses. Yep. Liquid didn't even care though. They're like, we brought 4 guys. We're taking this fight to the end.
I don't even know who won that. I feel like it's got to be DM, right, with the amount of money he gets. Okay, down bottom, if they can kill Satanic or continue this chaos, Liquid's going to be happy. Jump
Here's another Bolton 1 Q. Mickey's here again.
They'll get him. Okay, so with that in mind as well, this chaos that has just suddenly kicked off, it's working out for Liquid. Mickey diving tier 1's mid.
And they're probably going to get Ducalis too.
Yeah, they will.
I don't see
There's only so much running he can do. Yeah. So, Mickey, he's making the magic happen. He's just turning up to everything, pretty much. He has this Monkey King. And says, it doesn't matter what happened bottom, doesn't matter what happens mid, my full-out aggression on the Monkey King will solve it.
They almost got a catch on Nisha mid too. The Ricky Jelly Smoke Cloud just got him right after. Mickey is just making moves.
And DM, he's dead. Just dead. Dude, Mickey, he's like, all right, guys, I'm gonna get you on the back, get you on my back. I'm ready to carry you all. It's just up and down the map. He is everywhere, and he's made sure that the outcomes of the overall lanes are not too bad at all. It's 10-6. Liquid with a little bit of an edge after that past couple of minutes of craziness.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the saddest one is Nisha right now, because I think he died at the very start of that mid fight. I don't think he really got much XP, much gold, so he's pretty far behind as to where he would want to be, especially based on the fact he was like a counter matchup. But look at this top. They just keep going in the Enigma.
Nisha, he's in with the Dream Coil lead. It doesn't miss this time. DM's dead. Mickey gets another kill. 9 Class is going to look to punish. You have the Tornado MP down on towards Mickey. Can they get him out of it? The Mischief is running, but they'll find him. finally able to put an end to the reign of the Monkey King.
Boxy got him though.
And Liquid, they're getting kills in return. They get no
It's
one, they
is
get 9
cooking
plus.
the back line.
Can he cook Nisha? No. Nisha's fine. Under the tower, Insane is trying to dive in. He's going to die for this one. Satanic jumps over, picks him up, double kill. It's just what's going. It's 9 to 13, 9 minutes in. Everybody's everywhere, all at once.
I'm having a rough time following this game. I think they're just constantly diving.
I think these guys are as well. They're like, what's going on? Why are you here? Well, I'm here because we're killing this guy. Why is that guy here? I don't know. Who invited him? Crazy stuff here in these opening moments. And it continues. Mickey.
Going on 9 class. He has no ultimate. He's level 4.
He's got backup here, Mickey. Saberlight ready to help.
There's no way he gets out.
Oh, he's in the corner.
They see him. They see him.
Radiant's bottom tower is
How
under
good are the
attack.
Jukes?
If he jukes the... Okay.
And over in the river.
In the river, yep.
Instania's like, why am I here? He's dead.
This is fun.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is crazy.
This is a bit of a change of pace. I think from the first
very
series.
serious faces on the players, though.
Yep.
They're like, okay, yes, this was a perfect movement. Yes, excellent.
It's all calculated.
All part of the plan. These guys, this isn't a plan. This is just it's craziness.
To some extent, I think it all started because Mickey felt like he wanted to rotate. And he just kept rotating back to back. And Pari, I would say, from the research I used to do on them, was their team is really good at controlling runes. Every single rune, DM will almost always be there. They want to fight you. They want to bring their heroes. They want to show up. I think that's kind of their game plan. Is the same thing as Tundra earlier, is we want to outnumber you. We want to bring all of our heroes. And Liquid, I would say Mickey is one of the best carries at doing that exact same thing for his team, where he's going to show up, going to fight these runes. So it's almost this battle of both teams are doing the exact same strategy and just seeing who wins. But funny enough, it looks like they're both losing because they both keep having 4 people die every single fight.
I think the thing that sticks out the most is that after all of this, it's what no one that's starting to lag behind a bit on his Invoker, right?
Yep.
He's the poorest core.
Especially after that laning stage.
Indeed, right. He was crushing it. Nisha's missing his first Dream Coil against him.
Yeah.
And then ever since that, Nisha's been back on the up, catching up with the rest of the team. And yeah, no one. He's got a bit of catching up to do.
Yeah, Invoker's always this hero where you don't farm that fast from a mid-player standpoint compared to a Puck. Puck, you have 2 different nukes, and you also have mobility so you can push out waves more aggressively.
Yep.
Invoker, you sit there, you right-click, 1 melee creep down, then the next, then the next, then the range. And then after those 20 seconds, you're like, oh no, guys, the next creep wave's coming. So all of his gold, for the most part, comes from these early game rotations. And because he's not really getting any kills, he has 0 kills. All of them are assists. So he's not getting the kill gold injection. He's not really able to farm as fast as Puck. He's starting to fall behind. And it's not too big of a deal. Invoker is completely fine playing from this, like...
Sure, can still have impact. You
not
know, get
a
a good
great
EMP.
position.
You can
Yeah,
be annoying,
exactly,
right?
but-
You have the control.
It is definitely, it feels bad based on the prior games too, right? Like where the game was and now, good disruptor roll.
Easy setup there for no one. Decalis just comes in, of course, no hesitation, and dropping the Static Storm for a big kill such as the Puck. They take the kill, and with that, they might just be able to take this tower. Yeah, Liquid won't be turning up to defend that one, so with the back and forth that ended up with that mid, no one initially winning the lane, and then the team fights, Nisha catching back
Now
up.
they're back to even.
Yeah, still ends up with Nisha losing his tower first.
I really like the Tornado plus the ground silences. They have both the Ricky Smoke Cloud and they have the Static Storm. And so if Nisha ever gets caught by a Tornado, there's a really good chance he dies. I wouldn't be surprised if he honestly goes BKB third item.
That's the thing. Is he going to be pressured to do that?
I think he's going to go Witchblade, Blink BKB.
Yeah. I think he has to. Yeah.
I could say there is a possibility of going...
Force. We're getting away with just the force?
just BKB after Witchblade.
Oh.
But
can you get away with going force rather than the...
I would say normally, but because there's a disruptor, you
Yeah,
can't.
'cause
Because you
there's a
can't get out of the kinetic field, so you
Yeah.
get stuck.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
we'll see. It's one of those things where this stuff doesn't matter if Nisha's the one starting the fights. If Liquid's always the team that goes forward, you don't need to buy these defensive items, these BKBs, because now he gets to be the one jumping the disruptor. He gets to maybe jump the Invoker, but when you're playing this constant game of they jump us, then we jump them, and then they jump us, and just like constantly skirmishing and fighting, that's when you want the defensive items so you can actually play aggressive and not be scared.
Oh, good timing here
So
from
Blink
Liquid.
reveal.
Yeah, they make this move exactly when they know there's a high likelihood someone was going for the stacks around the triangle, and indeed they catch 9 class.
Now a reverse tower, it looks like. Not too big of a loss. It's a good move by Liquid. I don't think they'll be able to take these stacks in the tri-camp. They're not even really that big. They're only 2 stacks. But it's a good move. You constantly want to look for these like jumps. It's the blink reveal, right? Very basic Dota. Get your blink, guys. We click a smoke, run somewhere on the map. As long as you get 1 kill, you're happy. You've started to pay your blink off. The debt, you know, you got to rake in that money, get that debt away, and eventually Saberlight's going to be really strong in this game too. Honestly, Centaur's really good versus PA late game because you get so much HP and armor that eventually you can survive her whole BKB, and then if you still have a blade mail, she can't kill you. So I'm going to be looking this game mostly towards Mickey and Saberlight to see what they do in terms of Saberlight has to control these early game fights, blink stun a lot of people, and Mickey is going to end up having to kill.
Oh, look at this. No one.
This looks not great for no one.
He's going to get the Wisdom Rune, but is he going to get out?
At what cost?
He's got 9 class with him, and Boxy, he's able to jump down to the side.
He's alive! Well,
he's
Boxy.
actually going to live? No, he's not. Okay, he does end up ticking out, and now they can look to fight back. They take out 9 class, they've got the detection on towards no one.
2 hits.
They'll be able to find him as well. So, Liquid, they lose their Wisdom Rune. They lose a Zeus, but they get themselves 2, and indeed on the other side of the map, well, that was Mickey getting his.
Mickey took it before he TP'd. So if anything, the Wisdom Rune is still a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, Liquid's
pretty
fine.
good for Liquid.
They're chilling with that, still holding on to this 2k lead. Obviously, whilst all this is going on, we have got to still remember it has been the day of the Phantom Assassin, and there is a Phantom Assassin still at the top of the net worth, so Satanic, but PARIVISION still in prime position with his farm, and yeah, getting that BKB as soon as he can here after this Battle Fury, and more than likely so that he can feel that he can also join these fights without too much threat.
Did we see, was Duraccio going no points in passive? Or in his board?
He went 1. I
Okay,
believe.
1? Okay.
Yeah.
Right now we got Satanic skipping it fully. Following though, Mickey.
He's looking pretty dead here.
Yep.
There's no saving this Monkey King. And Nisha also has to be a little careful. He's thinking about fighting back, but with Mickey
No
gone,
coil.
yeah, there's not much more Liquid can do here. That's the thing. Kind of pre-BKBs, Liquid's core still have to be very careful. PARIVISION have a lot of ways to
They
trip
might
them
find
up.
a catch on Nisha if he's not careful.
They certainly will by the looks of it. 9 class gets the silence down. He's got eyes on towards Insania. They'll get the glimpse back. Kinetic field, though, not quite in place to trap him, so Insania will manage to escape. And Nisha's still feeling confident that they can't get the setup on him. Knows that the Static Storm, it was on cooldown. It's back up now, though, so the Static Storm threat is there. Nisha's got to start being careful again. We'll see
Just
how
a tornado. And he's
that's
dead.
all they need. Yeah, the setup's there. I guess not really keeping track of that Static Storm timing because it's back up. Stampede's not going to save him. Nisha dies in the lane. Maybe they can find kills in return. The jump's there for Saberlight. In on towards no one. The punch comes in for Insania. The black hole's there. Do these 3 heroes have the damage? So there's Satanic. He'll be able to bring that extra burst of damage, but indeed the Blade Mail nearly ends up killing Satanic off. He'll be able to kite out the fight though. Leave DM to finish off the job of taking down Saberlight, and to Carlis to look to chase down and finish off Insania. So they're able to dance around the edge of the fight. I guess initially looked like maybe Nisha was baiting some sort of action, but cost him his life. Dies very easily to that Tornado and Static Storm combo. And PARIVISION, they did have that backup. Satanic, even as close as he got to killing himself with that Blade Mail, still being able to provide enough burst to make sure they could finish off those additional kills, PARIVISION.
Yeah, it feels really bad when your kind of game plan is we have to bait the puck to start a fight. And you, hey, Mr. Nisha, your goal is to get every button clicked on you and survive as a puck with 1,000 health.
It's tough.
It's a hard thing, but honestly, it's not necessarily the wrong read. There's worlds he survives, right? Like if he survives because of a stomp and then they Centaur Stampede him out of the rest of the fight. There's worlds where he survives. It's just a very awkward position I think they're kind of forced into based on the draft. Especially these AoE silences on the ground. Buck doesn't really have a good game. And he's going for the blink. I definitely think the blink is better than the BKB second item. It's way too... It's too scared to play, right, with the BKB second item on Puck. So Liquid's whole game plan, I would say, their mental state is we have to start the fights. We have to jump them first. Every time they get jumped, it's a really bad fight. So now you can see they're kind of surrounding the tower, looking for kills. Ducalis has actually really nice movement.
Yeah, he just
Somehow
dodged that completely, right?
completely
Dancing around that
smoke,
tip,
yeah.
too. I mean, as you say, Liquid, they're hungry to try and catch him out like this. But look at that, the way this fight's actually going to end up starting. It's going to start with PARIVISION finding Saberlight. He's pretty tanky, but not tanky enough to survive this meatball coming down on him surely. Jump forward from 9 class to finish off the job. Stampede will not save Saberlight. I mean, for all of Liquid's efforts there to try and get pretty deep to start something.
Mickey.
They got the glimpse! Tries to TP out, the ward's down, Carlis sees him. They end up getting both the cores, double kill for 9 class. That just goes horribly wrong for Liquid. They were really looking for that fight, but it started off in the worst way possible, right? They get their centaur caught at the back of it all by the entirety of PARIVISION.
Yeah, it also feels bad because you know that they really, really were looking to this fight. They kind of knew Pari was in the area, but then Saberlight gets caught and...
And look at this. I mean, is Nisha aware? They've got the setup.
And the smoke cloud.
And they're closing with that smoke cloud. Sunstrike coming in as well. They've got the job done, just like that. PARIVISION, back to back to back, taking down all 3 cores. They get Saberlight in the jungle. They get the chase down onto Mickey, can't TP out, and then bam, like that on top of it, they find Nisha farming in his own jungle.
This is looking kind of similar to the games earlier today. A lot more fighting, really closer early game, I think, and a lot more pressure, but even with all these picks, they're just making space for the Phantom Assassin.
They are. Satanic's having a great one.
And I don't feel like Liquid has really found the solution to the Phantom Assassin either, I would say. It feels the same thing where she's going to get her items and she's going to start one-shotting people. And so Liquid has a lot of magic damage burst on their draft. They have ET with his passive and his aura. They have Puck. They have Zeus. So honestly, in a Centaur stun, they could 100-0 the PA. The issue is finding the Phantom Assassin. I still think it's funny because Satanic still has 0 points in Blur. Which, it's always funny because literally Phantom Assassin, you get Blur and you can never get jumped. But I think at this point, he feels like even if he gets jumped, there's nothing that Liquid can do. So he just gets to be as greedy as possible, and I think it's going to pay off. He's going to finish his Staunch and Joshua soon, and is it the same game plan? Is it you just push these towers, force them back, get Roche, and then another 20-25 minute game? I would say that's what Pari's leaning towards, and for Liquid, you want to delay the game. When you have Puck, Puck is one of the best mids at delaying the game. It's so hard to get caught, but I think every time Nisha does this thing where he's trying to be alone, he gets caught. No one's always in the right place at the right time. It's either 9 class to call us or right behind him, like right here, right? He's looking out bot to call us behind him. Maybe he goes top and 9 class follows him. And I just think that no one, I would say, is playing like so good to counter what Liquid wants to do and delay these games that a lot of their success, even though it looks like his individual game is not crazy, right? You look at his KDs, 3, 4, 9. It's not perfect, but he's everywhere that he needs to be, and what he needs to be doing is winning them the game.
Yeah, and these tornadoes alone as the opening has been more than enough for him to find these chances to punish Nisha's Puck. And Nisha feeling that he needs to change it up again, so didn't end up committing for the blink. He is going to go that 4-staff route first as his way to sort of play out some of these silences. Down bottom, jumps there, Mickey. He's got the BKB and the Wukong's command down.
No
Satanic will step
Satanic
out for now. 9 class caught and killed off during the Dream Coil. DM will hold his ground with the black hole controlling Mickey. Satanic jumps back over. They got the damage to finish him off. The Static's on the kinetic foot. They've caught the Puck. Sunstrike comes in. Nisha's in trouble. He's dead. Satanic jumps forward to finish off the job. And you know, you've seen it many times before with these PAs. You know, Satanic's ready to start cleaning up more. Goes for Saberlight. Gets the triple kill. He's going to be ready to reset and jump back in, looking towards Insania. There he goes. They bring down the ET. They've killed off the 4 of them. The fight, it's PARIVISION's.
Yeah, and there's not really much more you can ask for when the Monkey King presses full BKB, full duration ult, kind of sits there, and it doesn't feel like it does anything
we'll
really
see
in the
it
whole
again.
fight.
Yeah, happened a bit earlier. But this ending and this sort of cleanup, at this point as Liquid, what do you do?
Yeah, at this point of the fight, the second you click all of your cooldowns, you clicked your BKB, you clicked your Stampede, the Elder Dragon ult, and if PA, honestly, if PA has 80% health or 70% health, and you've clicked all of your buttons once, you're not going to have enough time to click them a second time. She's going to kill you before you get that second round of spells. So it's a really delicate way to fight versus Phantom Assassin that it's looking to be really, really scary and really difficult to do. So now that's Aegis now, 5 minutes for PARIVISION to kind of do whatever they want. Satanic is, again, almost unkillable, it feels like, in these fights, and he has 2 lives now, so can even save his BKB for second life, has pretty much free reign of the entire game, and 6k gold lead. It's looking pretty rough for Liquid.
It does feel like it might be on track to be another one of those PA stories that we've become so familiar with, especially today. As we saw already, you know, we've had quite the treat of teams that we've been able to observe here on the mainstream, starting off with Tundra and Falcons. Now, Falcons couldn't deal with the PA. Maybe here in the second series, Liquid, also a team, and just overall PA as a whole, this hero has to be potentially reconsidered even higher in priority in the drafts. Are we going to get towards a point where this PA does start to become first phase banned, Gunnar?
It's looking that way because the other thing is it's not like these are mismatched team skills.
No.
Right? It's not like, oh, the PA's noob stomping. Because that's what people always say is like PA is one of the like noob stomp heroes, but it's Liquid. It's Falcons. These are what, top 4 teams in the world, top 3 teams in the world, and Phantom Assassin's still crushing them. So there's definitely some merit to this hero that you can constantly just, you farm really fast, you're really tanky, and they can just dive.
I mean, he's lucky to live there. I mean, PARIVISION,
9 class wants the kill.
they're diving a little bit deep there. Yeah.
Having a little fun.
Can't get away with that quite yet.
Liquid might look to chase? No. Unless. There's no way they chase. There's no way, guys. Don't do this, Liquid. It's a little too ham.
Yeah, Mickey, he's not going to go any further.
Gotta relax.
Yeah. Oh,
They're looking. They're smoked up.
Yeah, he's testing the waters here, Mickey.
They would need to jump on probably Satanic and burst him before anything. Even Ducalis. I think maybe let it so he doesn't get an ult off.
Settle for the disruptor.
Yep.
That's all they're going to get. Hunting down Satanic, yeah, going into this high ground, that's not going to be a thing for Liquid. That'll be a little too crazy. And 9 class, he's got the vision here. The setup's there, the force stuff will get him out. The meatball's coming down upon him. He'll jump off to the side, but the crit comes in from Satanic. Nisha's gone. Mickey lays down the Wukong squad, but then a beautiful black hole onto the 3 of them. He's ready to jump back in Satanic to provide the damage. Definitely Blast will know how to push them back as Insania falls. Stable, I guess, chased down. And then over to another one here. Satanic box. He will manage to get out with the Ghost and the TP. But an easy black hole there handed towards DM. And anytime you see 3 heroes grouped up that much, you know that PA with the Battle Fury is going to be coming straight for you.
Yeah, it's just looking really hard to fight. There's so many different things that Liquid has to deal with right now. They have the Phantom Assassin. You don't control her for 2 seconds, you're dead. Yeah. There's a DM Enigma. You don't think about this guy's positioning for half a second, and then look at this right here.
He just walks
3-man black hole. He doesn't, no Blink Dagger, no BKB.
Nice.
He gets almost a full duration channel of it. It's like Boxy has to like slowly walk in just to cancel with a bolt, and even just like the Invoker, the supports, there's random AoE silences that Puck has to deal with. End of the day, you're a Puck and you have to go 4-staff, right? Like that is kind of the tale that you can tell what dire situation that Liquid's in right now. That it's really hard for them to kind of find their foothold in this game.
I mean, that's the thing. Would you imagine most Pucks would also go for this Hurricane Pike in this position rather than BKB? It's just you really don't want to buy the BKB as a Puck.
You really don't want to. It's one of those things that for everyone not playing Puck, you look at your mid player and you're like, you should buy BKB so you can play the game. And then every mid player is like,
wait, I'm not buying. Yeah,
I'm him.
Game over if you.
I'm not going to buy the BKB. I'll just dodge this.
Satanic.
Nice stun.
Still has the Aegis for 45 seconds. Mickey into the trees.
They have to get the Enigma.
Set up. They're going to look for DM. They'll find him. That's DM gone. So
no one
Liquid can try and turn this into more they can. See if they can catch anything further. Zucalis might be the one to be left behind. They close in upon him. Smoke screen down, but Zucalis, he's looking pretty dead. So Liquid, they find a bit of a hit back there. Take out the 3 of them. Not quite able to find the big one though. As Satanic survives. Keeps that Aegis safe.
I don't even know if they would want to fight him. I think it's one of those things that if they killed him once, he would just kill them all. So
let's have a look. They're going to try and tackle
I'm scared for them right now. I fear for Liquid on this 5v1.
Aegis has gone in about 5 seconds. It's around this tier 2. People are respawning. This is a pretty deep dive. This is scary. Aegis is gone now, but now Liquid, they got to get away from this. They don't want to mess around here any longer, as I say. PARIVISION are respawning, and they'll get out, Liquid.
I think overall that fight, they hit the 2 targets that are most important. It's Invoker and Enigma. If you kill those 2, you have a chance in the fight. You can kite the PA's BKB. You can kind of play around the fight. So I'd say that's an ideal situation, but it's always going to break down to, it's so hard to catch the PA, and they got so much. I guess they actually didn't get that much from the Aegis.
They didn't at all, actually, yeah. Liquid were able to hold the game in a pretty stable position during this time that Satanic had the Aegis. Only losing the 1 building, Liquid.
I think a lot of these games feel a lot scarier than they really are. I think they're all really, really close. It's just when you're playing, when there's a Phantom Assassin in the game, she's going to one-shot people eventually. And so it always feels, oh, we're slightly behind. We can fight them, obviously, but you ignore the Phantom Assassin for 5 minutes and... Oh, ultra kill right there, guys. My bad. You know, I've seen so many games especially where a team's even opposite, where they're up, 15k gold against a Phantom Assassin. She gets a last-minute rapier, and you just win the game. You're like, how did we lose? We just threw this game. And so I feel like that's the other factor in a lot of these games today, that there's a bunch of pressure from her that if she's ahead, she's going to keep on being ahead and be really strong. And if she's behind, it almost feels, you don't feel safe. There's a lot of carries in the game that when they're behind, you kind of feel safe to some extent versus them. Like, Troll Warlord probably is a good example of that one, where you feel pretty safe when he's behind. But no matter what, Phantom Assassin can win the game. And based on how they're building her with the Sanji Yasha and how the lanes are going, it's just so easy. It feels, from Pari's perspective, I feel like all 5 players on their team are stray vibes. They're just playing Dota, no stress.
Ooh. And here we go, coming through the twin gate. They hit the scan, they know someone's around, they're going to have eyes on Mickey. Mickey, he's got a BKB. Has to go for the BKB TP. No, they're not
try hitting him.
Anything else there against him. So Mickey's out. What do they want to go for next? No one. Ready to try and scout things out around Liquid's high ground.
So close to getting a catch.
And they can start getting the lanes pushed back in here, PARIVISION.
Yeah, Nisha's finishing his, or he finishes Parasma. That's actually a lot of damage for him, a lot of magic like reduction. So Liquid's kind of getting into this damage phase where Mjolnir's finished on the Monkey King. He almost has an Ags. He has half of his Ags. And so they're getting to the point where they're going to have damage. The question is, they have to survive the BKB always. Nice phase shift. I don't think he can get caught.
Yeah, with the smoke screen already used. I mean, they have the glimpse, but indeed phase shifted and all but ready for the high ground retreat.
It feels like such a different game playing Puck without a Blink Dagger, because a lot of the time, honestly, Pari probably feels his way too. You're playing versus Puck, you see a phase shift, and kind of the first thing in your head is, oh, guaranteed blink out. What do we do now? But now at this point, it's, did Puck press orb before the phase shift? Do they have Force Staff? It's like a whole different calculation, and even for a Puck player, it feels weird to not have a Blink. Blink almost feels like a built-in part of your hero. And the fact that Nisha's still able to survive ganks like that without having a Blink is really good to just slow down the game and keep Liquid in the game. So right now, PARIVISION's probably just chilling, waiting for Roche. I think that's their big timing. Liquid can fight it if they really, really want to. Elder Titan's really good versus it. Even like Zeus, Puck, Monkey King are all really decent heroes at fighting the Roche pit. But the question is do you want to take this fight where Pari's like set up in the correct position? There's gonna be wards there. There's gonna be, maybe an Invoker baiting. It doesn't really care if he gets jumped first. There's a Ricky scouting while invis. It's always these questions of, is it actually worth fighting their Roche? To be honest, I would say yes, it's worth that risk, because a Phantom Assassin with a second Roche, like a second Aegis, is... I think Liquid's going to struggle killing him once. So we'll see, but yeah, it looks like Liquid has completely no interest in fighting, and they're just going to try to finish all their items.
We did see, at least for Liquid, last time round when PARIVISION had the Aegis, Liquid were able to make sure that PARIVISION didn't get too much, if anything, at all during that Aegis time. We'll see if Liquid can do that again, whilst Satanic once more has the Aegis ready to go. Mid lane, no one's starting to play around with Mickey. I mean, they've got the Stampede in time. He's going to be with the Sun Strike. Oh, it's a beauty! It's a beauty there from no one. I mean, yeah, it's just perfect.
That was perfect.
Gets the BKB out, gets the Stampede out. Doesn't matter. You can't save him. Mickey can't escape.
And it's just like through the Stampede, right? He can go anywhere, any direction. You hit the snipe, that's carries down 60 seconds. BKB's down 80 seconds. Satanic has amplified damage Aegis. He's going to go high ground.
He's coming for your base. He's coming for your base. Where's your carry? He's dead. 40 seconds still.
You try to, defend. Insane gets a little too close. Boxy gets a little too close. What? 3 hits? 4 hits? You're gone? I'm surprised Boxy's that far up. I would be so scared right now.
Satanic, he's definitely going to be considering, wait, can I just jump in on this guy?
Nisha's actually doing a lot of damage though. He got a quiver, which is really lucky from his neutral items. It's that paired with the Hurricane Pike, paired with the Parasma.
There's the jump. Satanic's in, puts the BKB, tries to finish off Boxy. Boxy able to jump out of the start. The glimpse is there, Boxy's gone. That's the BKB though from Satanic for that jump. As you say, Nisha trying his best to slow down the attempts here from PARIVISION on the push. They've got Mickey back up now, Liquid. 9 Class, see if we find the setup, but Stabilize actually with the jump first. Gets the jump connection on towards 9 Class. The static
still no
throws
stampede,
down,
3
they'll be able to
seconds.
glimpse back towards it, but the face just there. Nisha's able to dodge it. 9 Class jumps out back to stage, but Stabilize looking to chase him with the BKB and the Stampede. Can't close in upon him. 9 Class is fine. PARIVISION will be pushed back. They don't lose anybody.
Really good poking from PARIVISION. They use the BKB on Satanic, but they don't lose anything, right? There's nothing besides cooldowns that got used for them. They still have the Aegis, and so Liquid's happy, right? Whenever you defend your base, you're happy, but on the other side, Pari's also happy. They got a tier 3, they got a tier 2, they got, you know, random kill here, random kill there, and it's good. I would say it leans in Pari's favor. Like, every time you're ahead and you keep, like, winning slightly and you don't lose anything, it's a win, but on the same side, it is delaying the Aegis. They didn't end the game, they didn't take a Rax. Liquid gets to live on and keep playing, and it's an angle, right? If Liquid finds this correct angle, this right way, they can win any fight. They have so much damage, but it feels like their opportunities are kind of like slipping through their fingers.
Oh, look at this, no one. Ooh, Mickey. He's going to be able to jump out to the side, puts the BKB, turns the balance towards Noah, but no one's also got the BKB at the ready. Gets out of the Wukong's command. Stop from Instania, catches onto both Satanic and Dakalis. He's going to try and run down the Disruptor first. He'll get him. Dakalis is gone.
Double buybacks.
He's considering turning back in towards the fight. He's got the backup of 9 Class. Already the blink outs there from Saberlight. Nobody able to get a catch on towards Liquid. They retreat back to the high ground as they're able to make that fight happen and indeed force out 2 buybacks that came into play there from PARIVISION.
That was kind of interesting, I would say, from Pari. I feel like it was a little bit forced. The fact they're all jumping, they're jumping right outside the base. Anytime you jump them outside the base, you have to assume their whole team's, you know, ready to go, just take this fight. And I mean, 9 Class got one shot by the Boundless Strike at the very start. He buys back, Ducalis gets struck, he buys back, and it doesn't hurt Pari in the sense of a normal fight. Like, if the sports were going to die, they probably weren't going to buy back in a normal fight. But what it does hurt is if Liquid gets these catches, like we said earlier, they catch the Riki or the Disruptor, they're dead for so long that they can start snowballing. So, technically that mistake of that fight, oh, they caught Boxy top.
No way out of this one for him. Well, I said
Unless,
that. Stampede.
he has no TP.
Yeah, they've got him.
There's no
Yules
way.
from 9 Class holds him in position. There's Boxy. They'll make them work for it. No, there ain't no way. It's a good effort from Boxy, but he will be going down. As Liquid feeling a bit more confident to get out on the map. They've had recently a couple of big pickups, right? The Aghanim's done for the ET. We've got the Aghanim's it's coming pretty soon for Boxy. You know, dying there, sure, but it's 3,700 gold in towards it. And yeah, that major timing being Mickey looking to get that Monkey King bar so he can just lay down that ult and at least have an area at the fight that Satanic might have to think about twice before he ends up jumping in and full committing.
Especially with he has a Mjolnir too, so you have a different way for the proc. So a lot of ways that they can actually find the ring. One thing that I'm kind of curious is I'm a really big Centaur Ags fan, personally.
Okay.
And so Saberlight hasn't like thought about it or hasn't like queued it up yet. I actually think it's really good versus Enigma because you can save from the black hole, and even then, whoever is in the cart, if you get black hole as a Centaur, the guy can just hit the Enigma from inside the black hole.
Because he's just completely
invulnerable.
Crowd control him.
And so it kind of gives a way for the Monkey King to be able to fight this Phantom Assassin, fight the black hole, not be worried about the burst.
Is the cast range pretty kind of...
It's big enough that you can catch through a black hole.
You can sort of step up to the edge and you're most of the time going to be able to grab them. Yeah. Oh, Nisha gets caught. Saberlight still considering fighting this despite the fact they've just lost Nisha. Walks up with a Who Stomp onto DM, but I mean, without their punk, can they really fight this? This seems a little bit crazy from Liquid. I mean, Mickey feels strong. He's trying to poke at them, but Satanic's ready to make a jump over towards him. Mickey loses the Wukong's command out, but Mickey's dead. Liquid, they lost their puck. They felt that they could fight this, but they absolutely could not. They lose their carry, they lose Insania. Did they just feel that they had the number advantage still? They're trying to chase PARIVISION down like that? That seemed pretty wild, Gunner.
I think they were feeling that, oh, Enigma used black hole, guys. Use BKB, use black hole, maybe we just get a little pick. Monkey King does a lot of damage. Like we said, you know, a Centaur stun into a Monkey King ult, they get the Enigma. It's probably hard to re-engage, but I think they chased just like a little bit too far, an extra 1 or 2 seconds, and Pari just noticed like, oh, guys, it's 5v4. You know, we just take this fight. Like, it's our fight.
Yep, and now he's got his next item complete. Abyssal Blade's done. Amplified damage as well. He's ready to start going straight for the base once more.
I mean, he has no boots. He has 6 items, fully stocked, and another amplified damage.
Yep, here we go. Back
He's
to
just
the
getting
buildings.
them back to back. And how do you stop this guy? You can pause.
You can. Have a little bit
That's
of time.
That's a long time to protect the racks.
Collect your thoughts. Consider what you're going to do. You don't have mid-K still for 24 seconds. You can have everybody else up. A little bit of the old lag.
No worries.
Oh, you didn't see that coming.
I guess the question is, how much PARIVISION getting here, do you think? Are they just getting this mid-racks and then backing off?
Dire's middle
How much do you want to force it if you're PARIVISION? Or are you cool sort of just taking it chill?
You probably take the mid racks and then you stop just based on the fact that your Phantom Assassin doesn't have a BKB.
Yeah.
I don't think that, from an outside perspective and a riskier perspective, you could say, I don't think it's possible for
Look at this
Liquid to fight
Satanic.
them.
Fine
nullifier.
boxing. Meanwhile, back in the mid, they've tried to make the jump on towards no one, but the BKB's out. No one. He's out with the Ghost Ward. They're trying to chase with the Stampede.
He shoots the BKB too.
And mid-K's in from the side. They'll be able to catch off no one, see if they can turn in for more. Jakalis with a Glimmer out to the side. They don't have any detection on the front line, so they won't quite be aware of the way he goes.
Up.
Do they see him? Mid-K into the trees. Yeah, Stabilite will find him. And with the Who Stomp, Liquid, they'll be able to claim another as they push back PARIVISION. But obviously PARIVISION, they got the damage done. They took the racks. Satanic was out of there ages ago, finding an opportunity to get a kill as well down on the bottom side of the map as he finds Boxy. Now Liquid, a little bit of a window now. They've got a minute where they've got no Jakalis, no one to worry about. How much can they get done? They have got the mid-wave pushing in.
tower is under attack.
Probably not too much, but in positive news, I mean, I was going to say about something positive about Nisha, but he might just go down here.
Yeah, hitting the tower like that. I mean,
and they cut the tree.
They're able to cut the tree. Uh-oh, Liquid. Well, yeah,
that's what they
you
got.
were concerned if they could go for something. I think we all were, but apart from Liquid, they weren't concerned. They went for it. Nisha just hitting the tier 2 tower. I guess it just a lapse of judgment there, as it was as if they forgot that this kind of Ricky PA was still in the game and potentially breathing down their necks, and they were. They're both dead again. They're dead for a minute, Gunner.
Yeah, I was going to say, wow, I think the puck is really caught up. Second net worth in the game, the Monkey King is third. You're playing more for this Ags timing, where you get Ags 25 on puck, you close with the PA. That's a really solid time in the game. She can't use her BKB to get out of it. It gives you a fight condition, right? And then they get caught. They both die back to back. And now everything they kind of just worked for, those like picks, those fights, goes down the drain. And they're going to lose a second side. Probably not. It's not going to be mega creeps. I don't think that Liquids even have to buy back most likely, but it just, that's what feels bad.
That certainly is. That's absolutely one of those moments you got to imagine if you're Liquid. Literally the second those two die, they're like, well, why did I die here?
Yeah. Why did I do this, guys? Mickey might actually have to buy back. They do have Glyph.
Saberlight. He's going to try and start the fight. He's in with the jump on towards 9 class, but they haven't got the burst to kill 9 class off immediately. They've been able to finish off the tier 3 bottom PARIVISION. Mickey still holding on, really, of course, does not want to use this buyback with the last 10 seconds remaining. And he won't need to. PARIVISION, they'll hold back for now. But yeah, 2 sets of racks up. The bottom racks now exposed. On Liquid's side, PARIVISION, they can prepare themselves for the next push. And Roshan is back up, so not only getting this Rapier, but they've got the luxury of being able to head back and get that Aegis, the third roast this game for PARIVISION.
Refresher shard.
And this is going to be the real test. Can Liquid survive what's going to be this inevitable final blow that Satanic's going to be coming for them with here as he picks up this Rapier and Aegis?
The other big thing is Ducalis just finished Ags right now. And so now this Tornado into Static Sword combo is pretty much a guaranteed kill on anyone. You can't BKB out of it. You're just muted. So the fight execution for Liquid is really, really tight, I would say. It's a combination of either forcing the BKBs out on the PA, Invoker, Enigma, or just straight up jumping and catching one of those 3 at the same time.
Sure. This just feels like an impossible fight for Liquid. They've got to play this perfectly if they want to stand a chance. Look at the opening here on towards 9 class, but Satanic's in with a jump. Goes straight away for the puck. Bam, he's gone. Nisha out of the fight.
Goodbye,
now he can
Saberlight.
turn over towards Saberlight. They'll use the Stampede to get away. Into the Invis as well, but they have to run Liquid. They got 9 class, but they lost Nisha. Nisha does buy back, but Satanic, he's ready to kill them off one by one.
He wants
DM's
the
got the black
rampage.
hole control. They have the Who Stun to hold back Satanic for now, but it doesn't even matter. The rest of PARIVISION are doing so much damage on their own. They get the triple kill, and Stania's on the run. Can't escape the Carlos. Double kill for him, as this one's feeling pretty over. Nisha trying to hide in the trees. He bought back for this. He's going to reveal himself, so he'll look to jump back in and try and burst through DM. Boxley, he's attracting the focus of Satanic. A Satanic 4K crit comes in to kill off the Zeus. They're burning through their buybacks liquid. But same to be said for PARIVISION, as PARIVISION know that they can just get everybody back on the board, look to run down these lanes and end this game, as there's no buyback available for Mickey. He's out for 50 seconds. And of course, Boxley also out without buyback, dead for 70.
I am worried about Phantom Assassin. 3 games now, back-to-back games.
It's having
every
a great
game.
day.
What do you think the combined KD is between all 2 games? It's something like 50 and 3 or something like that?
Well, the KDA or just the KD?
Just KD.
Okay, because I think in the first series it was like 19 and 1 and then 15 and 0.
Yeah.
I want to say. So was it 24 for 1? What have we got so far this game?
18 and 2.
They killed no one. So
Yeah.
we'll let you hold the phone a little
Satanic's
bit.
alive.
Never mind. Yeah, Satanic's killing them all.
Nisha's alive though. Actually
He
gets
is.
to survive.
You
but
could start
it is
diving the
mega creeps.
fountain. There we go. 4.4k crit. Easy kill.
Mickey's alive in 8. Hopefully they put them out of their misery and they take the throne out, but oh no. Mickey's alive, guys.
Oh no, Satanic's coming for them. And he goes. Oh, the dream coil.
So close to
but the
Pike.
bash! And dive the fountain. Okay. He's able to juke it a little bit. They'll tap out now. GG's called.
Yep.
Ladies
Ultra
and gentlemen, PARIVISION will take this game on. Didn't quite get the rampage this game, Satanic, because Dracho was earlier on his PA. He got a little ultra C from the PA. And we're going to learn a little bit more about it, in the sense, as we're saying, this is picked up in a response to getting beaten by it, and you're picking it up first. Now, Gunner, PARIVISION, you know, they know the insides, the outsides of PA from all the games that they've been playing with it. Do you think they've come into this one with a draft that says, we don't mind that you insta-picked it first pick against us, we've got a plan?
Yes and no. I would say the stuff I'm thinking about PA, like, oh, this is good versus PA. I'm scared to say it's going to work that way because it seems so strong that it almost feels like no matter what you pick, outside of probably a Bloodseeker is the one hero that I know is it's good versus PA, 100%. It's like, in theory, Dragon Knight's good versus you, Bristleback's good versus you, Quap's good versus you. They're all tanky enough that they won't get bursted. They have good ways to do damage to her through BKB, after BKB, and they have stuns. But then you can always say, oh, well, she has break for Dragon Knight, she has break for Bristol, and then if the Quap's ever stunned, she dies in a stun. So
The battle begins.
I want to hope it's enough. Honestly, for the sake of a lot of the teams, and just enjoyment-wise, I hope that it's enough. I think that their draft has the possibility of beating a Phantom Assassin. The other thing that's honestly a really big benefit is they have Chen. So really fast tempo support can honestly just gank the Phantom Assassin. So maybe in a one-to-one sense, their draft isn't like, we're going to crush PA, but in a game tempo sense, a game map speed sense, I think they have the tools to deal with the PA.
Looking forward to see what we get out of this mid matchup. Nisha closing things up with that Shaker mid pick, and no one going with the Quap. I mean, I feel overall we're definitely seeing more Shaker than Quap this patch, but Quap still has had opportunities to shine right this patch for Gunner.
It's definitely a good hero. The Dagon build's still really strong. Standard does a lot of burst damage. I think for the most part, Liquid heroes are kind of squishy. Like specifically the PA is who you're going to want to kill, and Quap has this really good timing where when the Battle Fury comes out, and even building towards the BKB, PA is not that tanky, so good Dagon timing, good level timings on no one you can see the PA get blown up in the fights. And even the Earthshaker's not too tanky, so it's really only the Timbersaw that's going to be able to survive, so I like the Quap pick a lot, honestly.
Looking at this top lane, I mean, the PA sort of situation that we're having in the laning phase from 9 class. Yeah, just in time with the TP. But what the PA's up against, I feel this is probably another situation where the PA's going to do all right. You've got the backup of an ET. He's against 2 melee heroes playing the lane. Liquid should be set up to get Mickey a pretty good start on the PA, right?
I mean, the thing that makes me just laugh is he has an Orb of Venom in his starting inventory. So, I think it's maybe 1 out of 100 games you see a carry go Orb of Venom.
That is true. I mean, do you agree with that in this 1 out of 100 games? You think it's fine?
I think it's completely fine.
Yeah.
Pari has no stuns on the heroes. The ET doesn't have slows either, so it's kind of all on the PA to control the hero so that the ET hit.
But is the dagger not enough to avoid it's quite large investment into the Orb of Venom for the laning phase?
I would say it's more a testament to Mickey knowing this lane's going to be free. I'm going to free farm, and so the fact he's buying the Orb of Venom is just kind of showing that the lane is easy.
Yeah.
You buy that when the lane is so easy that you want to win more than you currently are.
Sure. You know you're not going to have like the CS
Yeah,
contested.
there's not even a close. It's not even a close battle. So, if Liquid doesn't stomp this lane top, I think they honestly, in an ideal world, need to get at 1 kill in this lane. I think if they get pressured at all or they don't get a kill, it's a loss. And it's not necessarily that it's a bad state for them, but their goal should be to get kills to win this lane hard. They have an ET, right? Anytime you have an ET, you want to stomp the lanes. They have a PA. PA is a really strong laner, so everything's set up for that. I think if anything, all of Liquid's lanes are pretty solid.
What about this bottom lane though? I mean, look, I'm looking at Saberlight. Look at his condition that he's in. He's getting completely zoned out.
Yeah, it's similar to what happened with Amar earlier today. I think Timbersaw, I don't know what is up with him these days, but it doesn't feel like his first 2 levels are good at all. Every time I see a Timbersaw, the first 2 waves, he just gets completely destroyed, and it always puts him in this really behind situation where he doesn't even have Q. I don't remember the last time I've seen a Timbersaw with no Q by level 2. Yeah. Because it's such a good spell compared to Chain that skipping it almost just feels like you're playing the hero wrong.
I guess he was because he wanted the escape, and he doesn't have the luxury to play, or he didn't have the luxury to play with any sort of nuke because of the fact that DeCarlos was just mana burning him with his creep consistently. See in the mid lane, an attempt here for Nisha.
The Bounty Hunter's here though.
And they're going to have him there with the 2 of them underneath the tower. He might be able to find something in return. Nope, he won't. 9 class does end up dying, but not before he was able to set up and get that first blood for himself, taking down Nisha with that gank mid.
Yep. Good news is that he did get XP for it because of the innate ability. I always forget about that as Earthshaker. Just this like statue pops up
where you die.
Yeah, the little statue pops up, and so it's actually slightly better than a normal death because he did get XP, but obviously didn't get the first blood. Just dies, misses a lot of gold from that creep wave. I think he missed a wave and a half just worth of last hits. So starting to fall really far behind. He's down 8 CS behind no one. So this is where the lane starts to feel bad. He has 3 points in dagger.
He is. He's going all out on the daggers.
Fully wants to win the lane. Doesn't care about anything.
Because we don't always, even in these situations where they're against a Shaker, right, there's a lot of quad players that won't go dagger in this patch.
It's usually 2 max, but even I've seen a lot of Quaps have situations where you're like, oh, he can stop the lane, and they go 0-4-4.
Yeah, they still don't go for the dagger.
No dagger, completely about free farming, but no one is one of the mids, I would say, that mentally plays like it's 2015.
Yeah,
in the sense for laning stage, right? Like, he wants to win the lane. He wants to stomp you. He doesn't care about, like, oh, you have more farm efficiency if you do this. On average, it's better. It's
bottom. Saberlight.
As another zap.
They're going to have him. I mean, DeCarlos, I got to say, he has been so annoying for Saberlight down here. He on this Chen, he is making Saberlight's lane a nightmare. 2
mana burn creeps now. So, Boxy, goodbye your mana. It is all gone.
But yeah, this Chen play has been beautifully brutal here from DeCarlos in this lane. And paying off big time. I mean, you can see DK getting complete free farm. 30 and 14 here on the safe lane so far for Satanic, thanks to DeCarlos' Chen.
I mean, this is definitely the formula you want to do versus PA. They're not crushing her in the lane, but again, I think her laning is actually really strong and stable these days. It's not weak. And so you have to do good in the other 2 lanes and then eventually bring resources to her is probably the best way. So I think DeCarlos is probably, their goal right now, I would say for Pari, is fight the mid rune, 3v3, try to get your Quap the rune, and then maybe you get the 6th rune, maybe no one gets like a haste rune right here top, and then he ganks top. It's invis, so not the biggest win, but if anything, I'm sure they're going to have some mid pressure now. You have Chen, you have a siege creep, and the second there's an opening, if they kick this P out of the lane in the next 2-3 minutes, I think it's so, it sets up the game tempo just in such a good way for Pari that it's probably like, I'm saying this is potentially shaping up to be a PA loss. Just based on this early game, it's been really, really good so far.
It definitely feels like they're getting the early components for what would be required to shut down a PA's game. PARIVISION, solid start so far. Mid lane, no one's going to be okay. Has the Invis rune and plenty of bottle charges to play with. Liquid at least turning up with the 3 of them do make sure to push back PARIVISION. Of course, PARIVISION supports to split back to the side lanes. Does mean that Saberlight is going to continue to have to enjoy life without the luxuries of mana.
And also, all that
9
said,
class.
he's going to stun Nisha. Oh, no.
Easy Wisdom Rune steal. Should die for this. Yeah, they've got to dust out for it, but picking that up means that both the Wisdoms are going to be PARIVISIONs here at the 7-minute mark.
He might be able to deny himself.
Oh, surely not. Oh, it was close. It was a good effort. But Nisha does get the last touch and the kill.
Yeah, but he's still level 5. No
They
one's
still
about
got
to
the
hit.
6 from that?
Nope, because he didn't get the XP rune. He only got the kill from the XP. The bounty hunter is only level 4, so not too much. And
That's rough.
no
yeah.
one's about to hit level 7. He's 7 to the level 5 Nisha. If this range rune gets denied, he won't even be 6 for the 8 rune.
Easy tonight.
Oh no.
This is a slow start for him. It was a tough lane. No one.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a
42
bad
and
matchup.
25 against the 25 and 4. And yeah, doing it with these daggers, I mean, if anything, making a good case for some of these crops. As I said, we saw crops at the previous tournament not doing the daggers, even against heroes like Shaker.
Yep.
Now, maybe they should have, because you can still beat them pretty hard old school style. Nisha tries to step up.
And they glyph now, so Nisha won't hit 6 off of this creep.
He's dead again. He's still going to have to spend a bit of time on the sidelines enjoying the level 5 life. 8 minutes in here as the mid. It's not going to feel good.
He might hit 6 off this range creep.
Oh, yeah, from the thing.
Ooh,
Oh, there
he got
we go.
it. He's saved.
There we go.
He's back.
Instania, though, he does not look saved. There's 9 class and no one are going to look to run him down. Boxy's there on the high ground, but I don't think they could do much to save the ET. Instania, he will die. Nisha, TP's back over to the mid. He's going to get the
Nice
easy
echo.
setup for the walk-up slam onto the 2 supports. Nice bit of a punch back there from Nisha, just walking up, getting that echo. And a good job indeed that innate was there to give him that 6 for him to walk up and do that.
Yeah, just imagine, because he got XP from the bounty hunter
Yeah.
kill. He got XP from that whole double wave that was under his tower, and then also just that barely range sweep. If he didn't have this innate ability, he would still be level 5. Like, low level 5. So, you know,
The little things.
yeah, the little things, these little changes. It's one of those innates as well, I feel like you never think about. You never are like, oh.
I'll be honest, as someone who picked the mid shaker, sometimes I do, because it does give you kind of that excuse for dying when you do a
you trade a
stupid
1 for
dive.
1.
It's
You're
like,
like,
it's
it's
fine.
okay.
I still
I got
I've
XP.
got the XP.
Yep.
You know, unless you get away with the crazy plays.
And now, I mean, 2K gold lead.
And look at this top.
3K.
They're just running down Mickey. He needs help. I don't know if any sort of help can save him.
I don't. Nice TP from Saberlight to give him a blink.
Indeed. It will actually be enough to get him out of there, but my goodness, was that close.
I mean, the state of this game is really
Oh,
bad.
that juke there. 9
Nice.
class. Dodging the chakra. That was a beautiful little dodge.
DM's
That
here,
chakram
though.
catches him. He would be dead. Instania, he falls. Saberlight can't really do too much against these two after the slow start that he had down bottom. I'm looking to DM, but DM is under no threat or pressure from these heroes right now.
4,000 gold lead.
That's an early lead. 10 minutes in. This is going to be the real test for the PA this game.
Look at
Can
this
PA
juke.
carry
Oh.
against this? Oh, yeah, it was a beautiful little sidestep from 9 class.
DM shows up. No one's also here. Feeling a little rough.
Yeah,
around the
Instania
edges.
feeling the stress by the looks of it on this one. It's a tough game 1, and this is not a good start to game 2. It's a rough beginning.
All that said, PA's game is pretty good. Like, for the most part, PA has been free farming a lot.
Oh, look at this mid. I mean, they're
Not
just
Nisha again.
diving in for this. You know, no one, of
There's
course,
nothing they can do.
has this quick dag on
Unless
timing
they
this
die?
game. Oh, easy deny. Okay, Mickey,
Okay,
there
and then
we
if
go.
they get this DM kill,
And DM's got no one by him. Ducalis is watching from the side. DM's
it's a little
fine.
scary for
I mean,
Mickey to go.
Can he
He's a
jump
crit,
for this?
though. He's a crit.
He's going to go for it, and he will get it. Okay,
right,
Mickey
big.
stepping things up. Comes in with a clutch deny, and picks up quite the kill there, taking DM down.
All right, no matter what, the PA players are just,
Let's have a look.
they're
The
just
PA.
doing really good today.
This is some
look at
pretty
the
juicy stacks. Now, the question is, do you imagine the PARIVISION are going to be able to play the map in a way that gets them over here to interrupt these stacks? Because 9 class.
A bit, yeah. Honestly,
check it out?
The Dragonite Bristleback can...
Oh, you just slam these, right?
yeah, they probably slam it.
You
to
just
help
slam
Nisha.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
You
right
just
here.
slam it. But tell you what, 9 class picked up a
amount of
fair
XP.
share of the XP with that. He was in position. But that's the money for the blink. So.
It's too scary to leave that for your PA. It's still probably a minute and a half to 2 away
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
Battle Fury. And imagine that gets stolen, right? Bristleback Dragonite walk in. It's a bit too much, so I like the choice. It's also just recovering Nisha. He has his dagger now. It's always this really funny thing that I've noticed with it where the Shaker has to use Echo to farm his Blink, and then he gets his Blink and he can't really initiate, but even now, right, it's good enough. They're going to get DM'd because of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Mickey getting involved once more. I mean, well, if anything, it was actually the rest of his team getting involved. He was the one hovering around mid first. Few situations now, but they are starting to shut down that early lead that PARIVISION got. Mickey moving in under the tier 1 tower. He's able to kill off the Carlis. Saberlight does get caught by the Dragon Tail stun. He will fall. PARIVISION, can they dive for more under the tier 1 tower? In fact, they can turn. He's caught underneath it. The lasso's there. They'll be able to hold him in position and kill off Satanic as well. Liquid, just like that, with the last minute of gameplay, that 4K lead that PARIVISION had, it's gone.
Yeah, that's 3,000 gold made by Liquid within, what, a minute and a half?
If even that.
It was just the Ancient stack into a Bristleback kill into, what, 2-3 more kills, just back to back to back, and now it's a PA game again.
There we go.
It's a PA game
with
again.
Mickey getting involved like that around the mid, it certainly is. Battle Fury is going to be pretty much done. Just 50 gold away from the recipe. So again, hitting that pre-13-minute timing. That's all the PA needs, it feels like. In terms of games we've seen the PA be able to pop off in. Pre-13-minute Battle Fury, you're on track.
Yep. It also feels kind of bad for no one. I would say his ult was on cooldown. He finishes this Dagon, but it doesn't really give him the power to chew through like their whole team, right? You get maybe 1 kill with your Dagon, but Liquid just brings 5, and everyone shows up. And I feel like Pari was a little disconnected as well. DM was up completely alone, and then eventually Satanic ended up in the exact same position DM died in. 30 seconds later, fissured in the exact same way, killed the exact same way, and they can't really be affording to get these kills. And now Liquid's smoking up again. The Blink echoes up, and they might just catch Satanic here if he's not careful. They see the creeps, they see the creeps.
And they've got him. Nisha immediately, knowing that he's up there with the way the creeps are aggroed, gets in there, no hesitation with the slam, and they find Satanic.
Big kills. This is so much momentum for Liquid, just back to back.
They're going straight towards the mid. Ooh, Nisha.
I don't think they catch anyone.
TP finish wasn't quite there in time to be able to set up for holding them in position and allowing Mickey to clean up. PARIVISION back away. Be careful around these power runes. It's going to just be the illusion for Nisha.
Nothing too crazy. Now Mickey finally gets his Tricamp. It's finally his. He's got his Battle Fury. The stacks are all his from now on. Nisha's game, fully recovered for the most part. He's back to even with the Queen of Pain.
How's the levels looking as well? We're recovered
just slightly,
on the levels as well, right?
behind level, yeah.
Yeah.
Only about half a level, which is not a big deal, right?
No, absolutely
like,
not.
Compared to what this early game stage was, where he was almost 2 full levels down on the mid lane, being half level down, it is what it is. He's going for the Ags rush. Is he not even upgrading his boots? Yeah, he's not. Brown boots into Ags. Honestly, I like it. I think when you upgrade your boots, it's usually more of like an early game thing, but he skipped it for a blink, and at this point now, just going to skip it. Eventually, he's probably just going to go travels at some point and not even care. And yeah, Liquid's looking in a pretty solid state right now.
Yeah, if anything from the other PA games is anything to go by, it does feel like as long as you're not getting completely dumpstered, which they certainly aren't, and the PA's in that top spot, you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I would say the big thing is Saberlight's game is pretty bad comparatively to everyone else in the game. He's the lowest net worth core, but he doesn't really have any responsibilities this game. It's all on Mickey and Nisha, I would say, for the most part. And obviously, you know, Boxy's showing up to fights, but his responsibilities are really light. He just, if he farms the whole game, it's good enough.
Saberlight wants to get in here. They get the jump in over towards 9 class. Mickey and Nisha ready to help follow up. They take 9 class down. Now the Dragon Tail comes out in response onto Boxy.
Buyback from 9 class. No one has no blink. 4 seconds.
He is pretty
2 seconds.
tanky.
1 second.
He's going to be fun. No, he's not. The lasso's there. Do they have
Echo.
the damage? They do. No one gets kicked to the side. Nisha turns with the totem to slap down 9 class. And now, can he get out, Nisha? DM's in on top of him. Dives in under the tier 1. Nisha able to get some kills out of it, but not quite able to get away from this bristle.
Still a really good fight so far. Bounty Hunter dies twice. He dies, buys back, dies again. They get no one as well. I think it was only for Nisha, right? It was a. Oh no, they got Insane at the very start of the fight, but still 3 for 2. It's good. It's not a bad thing. I think Quap as well going down is it's a kill streak. He was dominating 4-0, so he goes down. That's a lot of bonus gold and XP. And the big thing is Mickey doesn't go down, right?
No,
every fight that he
turning
survives,
up, and he's kind of been able to hover around, poking, and yeah, 3-0-4. It is so far again one of those PA performances where, you know, the the player just knows exactly when to be in the area of these early game fights. We've seen some very, very good PA play today.
I really like the choice to just go Sanjin Yasha instead of BKB. Specifically because of this Queen of Pain. Usually if you like get jumped on by Queen of Pain, you can't BKB respond to her damage because it's instant. And then her ult goes to BKB. So the fact that instead of choosing that angle, you're going for Sanjin Josh, which makes you tankier than a BKB versus all of that damage on the burst. There's worlds that now Mickey might actually survive getting Dragon Knight stunned and quap ulted, and he blinks out. So I actually really like this.
Look at this as well. This is a good board from Liquid. I don't think you expect this to be here if you're PARIVISION.
Really fast
Satanic
stun.
certainly doesn't. They make the play right underneath their vision and kill the carry off. Same time, Boxy starting to push back onto DeCarlis. And indeed with the lasso up, he's going to be able to make these sort of solo plays. Boxy now on a killing spree. Nisha, he's looking at the mid. See on his own, that's not a kill he can go for. Maybe with Saberlight
He's
they
trying.
can try. Got the setup.
Nice fissure.
Saberlight's in to offer up an extra bit of burst, but DM's got the backup of 9 class. Jump forward for no one. It was a little bit too much, but that's a beautiful
Nice
stomp
dog.
action onto the 3 of them. Not enough to save
Hit him,
Saberlight though. As the Sonic Wave comes in and Stania moves forward though, and with the help of Mickey and Boxy, they'll be able to find the trades Liquid. And they could keep this going as they look over towards DM. The crits come through from Mickey and keep their distance. They're ready to jump in for the finishing blow. They'll find it.
Mickey's
Double
so
kill
low.
for Mickey. DeCarlis trying to punish him. DeCarlis, he's got to be careful. Boxy moves forward. Further TP's coming
And
in.
a
Mickey,
regen rune.
he's going to be ready to fight. I mean, if Satanic
He
steps
doesn't
up,
know. He doesn't know about the regen.
That's true, Mickey. Hiding outside of vision. He's going to be ready to jump in on towards his target. Finds Satanic. He's ready to go in. Keeps his distance once again. His
might
is
get-
kind of
he's
dying.
strong.
Satanic's kind of killing them, but Satanic's very low. Boxy with the Firefly burning through him. Boxy does die, but again, all of these fights, it's Mickey that's just able to hang around, get in, get out, benefit from the fruits of the XP and the gold, and just continue to be able to stay on top as the PA, as his flawless game continues. 5-0-6. He's having a great time. They need to shut him down.
We're just stat padding Phantom Assassin today. Every game is just better and better. And again, I feel like it's a lot of 1-by-1s by everyone. Liquid went in with 2 heroes, and Nisha goes down for free. But then only 2 or 3 heroes were showing up to protect DM, and then they all die. And then Satanic shows up at the very end. He dies. It feels very, I want to say, disconnected. A lot of these fights, and I think PA excels so much in these disconnected fights because you get a kill, you kite. You get another kill, you kite. And I don't think Pari really has the same mobility like that. The closest would be Queen of Pain, but even her damage isn't the same where she actually has cooldowns. You have to wait for her cooldowns to go, whereas Phantom Assassin is just, if you can hit, it's good enough.
No one. Should be pretty difficult for these two to catch.
They can't see her for now, just barely blinks out of range, so she should be fine.
How long does he have to be up here? What's the TP situation?
18
Cooldown
seconds.
for 18
How many
seconds.
of you do I have to kill?
Be up here a little bit, but it's fine. You can get away with farming some camps. Knows that Liquid's not going to spend any more time trying to search for him in this corner of the map.
Mickey, Glimmer Cape queued up. He also finished the full Orb Corrosion, so cooking with the build. I like it. Again, it's the same thing with BKB, right? As I was saying, it's better to just Glimmer and survive an extra 300 HP than BKB for what? Just the 1 Dragon Knight stun is the only thing that you need to BKB. On the other side, Satanic is also about to finish his BKB, and last fight, I was actually surprised with how much damage he was doing on the Dragon Knight. He just killed the support so fast, so on the side of Pari, it's honestly, if you either burst the PA or are able to kite her, you have the damage for the rest. Like, the other 4 are going to die to you. But it's basically this whole game of whack-a-mole is find the PA, stun her, burst her, or guys, we all have to protect each other with Chen armor, solar crests, kiting, stuns. It's like a whole, mathematic equation. If you do it successfully and survive this PA for the first, 10, 15 seconds, they're gonna win the fight. It's just simpler for Liquid to play these fights right now.
Liquid off to the top side of the map, but
Looking for Satanic.
yeah, he's already backing off. They hit the scan. They knew that this sort of kind of move from the other side of the map was going to be coming in likely, so
They're all smoked up actually on the side of PARIVISION looking at bot. If they catch Nisha, it's really good, but I don't really know what the goal of this smoke is. I think a Roshan play is really risky.
I think they thought maybe it was actually that scan was hitting Liquid going the other way, like coming from the
that they
top to
were-
the bottom, and they were going for the Roche move. Which obviously this works out for PARIVISION either way. They don't find Liquid here,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
they of course can take
They
the Roche
rush so
themselves.
fast.
Yeah.
It's a scary situation that if Liquid guess this, or we're trying, it's a horrible fight for them. But the fact that the way they moved the map was actually super, super sick with Satanic dodging the smoke gank and Liquid wanting to take the gates. And a really good read by Pari, and they're just going to free Aegis, which is something that they really, really needed for the momentum of this game. It goes to no one with his BKB almost finished as well. And they're stabilizing the game. I think it swung super hard in the Liquid's favor, but now I think it's kind of bouncing back into an even state of the game where Phantom Assassin's still super scary, but
you say compared to the other games that we saw today, here 22 minutes in, you'd still say this is the scenario where there's the best chance for the team that doesn't have the PA.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's not going to just completely 1v5 yet, especially based on just like the drafts and the amount of damage that Pari has, but again, it is still favored to Liquid, right? They're still ahead in the game, and they can still get these kills back to back, but
there's a maybe.
There's a maybe. Which, so far for PA, I think a maybe is better than a lot of teams' chances so far.
Yeah, we've seen a few matches today that look pretty over rather early on. Maybe this time PARIVISION have an answer to the PA, and if they don't, we're only going to see those PA stocks continue to rise in future drafts, with the fact that there would have been 2 games today, at least on this stream, that first pick PA has been just completely unstoppable. Teams struggling to find answers for it.
There's some big item timings coming out. Lotus on Bristleback, Queen of Pain BKB.
He's not going to have enough burst for that. Tried to go aggressively in for Boxy.
Kills the Aegis.
Indeed, the Aegis gone. Maybe this can set up for the rest of PARIVISION to come in and try and find something else. It doesn't look like it. Liquid, they're able to disengage, and that is the Aegis burnt for nothing.
I don't know what happened with no one ending up in that position. Was it he got caught, or he was trying to go on the bat?
He blinked in for that.
He was going on the bat. Okay.
He blinked in for that. Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's just a bit overzealous by him. I was going to say it's about to be a really good timing for Pari. Chen is finishing Solar Crest, Bristleback finishing Lotus, Queen of Pain finishing BKB. So if anything, they have probably more net worth in terms of active items than Liquid, based on just like anytime you buy multiple items, the net worth swings in your favor if you think about it that way, because you're actually using your gold instead of saving it up. But they had this Aegis timing, and now they don't even have that anymore. It's a bit scary, but again, I think due to the fact of this Sanju Nasha Glimmer.
Nisha.
Nice Echo Slam.
That's a very nice setup. Yeah, nose to blow it straight away to keep that DK locked down, and that's Satanic gone. He got away with farming on this top side of the map for quite some time, and earlier he knew the correct time to back off. This time, wasn't able to read the movements of Liquid. Gets caught. He's gone for 40 now. Liquid can maybe see if they can turn this in for more. DM's in position on the high ground. Okay, gonna jump forward. Mickey getting burst pretty low there by the output of no one. He's able to jump over to the safety of Boxy, and the Fisher continues to hold back PARIVISION, but the blink's back up for no one. Keeps looking over towards Mickey. Nisha, he'll jump in. DM, he's able to run straight over to the backlines, pushing back Mickey and Insania. Jump away from Nisha, but no one. And 9 class continue to chase. The Sonic Wave's up. Nisha, he'll fall. As PARIVISION set up and ready there for Liquid, as Liquid started to approach their side of the map.
They're still kind of looking on the side of Pari, but bit of an interesting chase, I would say, because Liquid used 2 big ultimates on the Dragonite kill. They used Echo Slam and Lasso, but then they chose to still go into the enemy Tricamp. I think there was like the Mist Fissure, and the other big thing that I think is actually really interesting is this Blade Mail Bristleback. That it's actually countering the fact that Phantom Assassin's going Glimmer and no BKB, because you have no way to stop the Blade Mail from killing you. So, funny enough, the counter to the Glimmer Cape might just be a BK or a Blade Mail, which is...
Yeah, we saw some other Bristols doing this, I think, in previous tournaments. Well, Satanic has to BKB off the Stomp Hit.
It's just such a strange world when you're saying the carry's Glimmer Cape is getting countered by a Blade Mail on the enemy team. You know, I don't feel like that's how it should work.
Oh. No one getting surprised here up top. Boxy, he's been doing some excellent plays this game with the lassos, and it continues. Catches out no one.
7-0-7 for Mickey. They're gating now bot to try to get more kills. At this point, all you do is just, you see a dot on the map, you run at it. It's PA plus any one of the stuns. PA plus Bat, PA plus Earthshaker. Even Worlds or ET might be enough if you get to Stomp. And Mickey just gets to farm and just is like, hey guys, I'm going to go here, follow me. And he can even hunt with his Glimmer Cape. He doesn't need his passive. He has full stats instead of passive. He's using his Glimmer Cape to give him the like invis.
Nisha is going to make the jump forward. Plus the
Satanic,
BKB,
no
they look to go
BKB on
straight on
Satanic.
towards Satanic. Satanic's going to pop the Dragon Form and try to turn. They try and heal him up, but they can't save him. Satanic dead again. And now 9 class also to be found here by Mickey as he chases down and gets another. Holding on to the game pretty significantly here, Liquid. 5k lead, but yeah, the PA problem, once again, it's pushing it further and further towards that point as we've seen before, where it looks to be unstoppable. Nearly 20k net worth, nearly, yeah, well, about 7k ahead of anyone on the side of PARIVISION.
He's just such a solid hero, I would say. A lot of the stuff about the hero is just good. And you see how much damage that this Dragon Knight takes without a BKB? Just from the P8 breaks him, he doesn't get his armor, the Timber Saw is actually able to chunk him. It doesn't, the Timber Saw's network doesn't matter. All he has to do is press Q, he counters the Dragon Knight. So a lot of this feels a bit awkward because Pari is not feeling confident enough to group up, so they're constantly wasting their BKBs on getting caught, or they're just getting caught and dying randomly like the Queen of Pain. So at some point they have to face their fears and actually fight Liquid. But at this point, is it too late for them to take this real fight? Because they've been missing out on a real fight, I would say. Like a very honest, bring 5 heroes, they bring 5 heroes and take a fight. But it might happen right now. Oh, so close.
Already out of there, Satanic knows not to spend an extra moment, even though the temptation may have been there with the Wisdom Rune spawning. He's out of there.
A really good read by Satanic. Trying to see what items that Pari's going for. I don't know. There's nothing really too big that's close. There's the Silver Edge that Satanic is trying to work for. That could be a burst angle for the PA. You break her evasion. But
Boxing. He's got the catch once more. Mickey's in with the damage.
Blade
DM.
mail?
They'll put the blade mail. Nah, it's not going to hold them off. Liquid don't care. They'll kill him through it. I mean, again, Boxy, he has found some fantastic setups this game on the bat.
Yep. Constantly getting kills. I think pretty much last has been on cooldown for, I want to say, maybe a minute of the game. And the other 27 minutes of the game,
go from it.
It's on cooldown because you got to kill because of it. It's just really good gameplay. Anytime that you have these ults that are catch, you basically want it to be on cooldown the whole game. You think of like Doom as well, right? Anytime Doom is on cooldown, you know that he made a move, he was playing the game. I think it's the same way for Boxy, and he's doing a really good job as well. I want to say for Nisha, I think the recovery he made this game was really, really good, which, to go back to Boxy, was a lot on Boxy's ancient stacks.
Yeah.
If he didn't get all those stacks to get this Blink Dagger, he wouldn't have had all these timings that set up, what, 4 kills in the mid lane because of that one dagger? And so a lot of Liquid's success in this game is kind of intertwined between multiple players. That
yeah, look at that.
one Boxy, you know, he's helping out his homies with the stacking of ancients, and now because of that, Mickey gets space after because Nisha doesn't need as much space. So I really like how Liquid's kind of playing around each other's strengths, and even for Saberlight, I feel like a lot of the time he's just a body. He goes past where they're trying to kill a hero, presses Ags, and doesn't even really
And there we go.
do damage.
Once again, it's off cooldown. He makes the move.
Yep.
Boxy.
And they're just outside the high ground, so they might catch DM. Oh, it was so close.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I think they can even push high ground if they really want to. There's not any D-push from Pari. There's no really consequences they can face if they feel strong enough to push. But I think Mickey's just going to choose to take mid tower. There's no rush.
No, very hard for PARIVISION to find any sort of damage without their Dragon Knight. Hitsu's gone.
middle tower has fallen.
More Boxy.
He's looking for more kills.
And he's in. They get the setup. Okay. Does he want to dive? There's not quite yet. A little too early to start the high ground diving.
A little ham. Roche starts spawning in 30 seconds. This is, in theory, the scariest part of the game when you're ahead. It's when Roshan can start spawning within 30 seconds, or has just started to spawn. If you throw right now, and it's like a really early Roshan spawn, and the other team rushes Roshan and gets it, the Aegis, now you just threw your whole lead. So realistically, the safest thing Liquid does is either only take free kills like this Chen, or no kills at all and play for the Roshan.
TPs are coming in. To Carlos.
He's so tanky.
But there's a beautiful stomp. Sets up for Mickey to jump in and finish the kill off. PARIVISION, can they find anything in return? They're looking towards Saberlight. Satanic's here. He's got the Dragon form. They'll look for the control, but they can't get it. 9 class ends up being the one dying And again, Boxy with the lasso locks down Satanic yet again. Double kill for Mickey. They'll look towards DM. He'll hold them off momentarily with the blade mail, but as soon as that comes to an end, Mickey's going to be back in. Kills DM off. Double kill for Nisha. And the push, it can resume. Mickey, he's able to dive in, clean up some of the
Saberlight's taking so much damage.
summons. He'll back off. For the rest of Liquid, they can continue that push. And PARIVISION, with 4 dead, not a lot they can do to stop the damage.
Yeah, there should just be a free racks for Liquid. I don't think they can get too much more. It's kind of greedy to stick around, especially with Roshan is up right now. So for Liquid, it's probably just to take the melee racks, you back off.
Oh, no one versus Nisha.
BKB, double BKB.
Oh, here we go. Oh, he's
go?
coming for him. No, he's got the high ground. No, it doesn't matter though. Nisha punches him down from the low ground. Easy kill, easy gem. Deny him.
Deny him.
Come on.
Do it.
Saberlight, come on, bro.
Just like one attack.
Just, you know, just
You should hit him once.
a friendly punch on the shoulder.
He would have lived.
Yeah.
Kind of a misplay there from Saberlight.
Yep.
A bit disappointing with how Liquid's game is
I
going.
was going to spend all this time walking back to base.
Yeah. He could have died, respawned, full resources.
Does he have buyback gold? There could have been a big brain play.
Yeah.
No, okay, didn't have buyback gold. Understandable. It would have been a terrible play.
Yeah.
These guys aren't messing around. They want to cash in their free win with the PA draft.
Yep.
And so far, they're doing a good job with it. 25k here on Mickey's PA. Liquid looking to seal the deal with another PA win today.
Yeah, I just want to see, at the end of this day one, I want to see the stats on
with the overall KDA.
Overall KDA, yeah.
I mean, who knows? There's obviously, I think it was 3 other streams going on or something. Maybe on those streams, PA's doing terrible.
I think there was one game where his score was like 0-2 at some point. So, and I think they might have lost. So, but I feel like even one game going 0-2, 0-3 is not going to hurt overall KD.
Let's have a look here. Top lane.
So much damage though.
Satanic, he's not going to get the chance to finish off the kill.
No BKB.
And now they're going to be able to chase him down. He's dead. Out for a minute. No buyback for him. Liquid can continue to get whatever they want.
That's another lasso kill from Boxy. I just feel, I almost feel bad because it feels like it's just a repeat of the same cycle over and over. It's, oh my god, Boxy just lasted another guy.
Boxy's crushing it, honestly. That's the thing. Sure, PA's net worth's incredible. The recoveries of the cores, considering their laning stage, has been very impressive. But yeah, these moves around Boxy and his lassos have just been non-stop.
Yeah, honestly, I'm really impressed with how Boxy is playing this game. And it's just a really hard situation to take for Pari because they need to... It's all about trying to find these good angles. A nice kill from no one. Just barely gets them right before the TP goes off. It just, the game state feels like there are no angles. Every time they're getting caught somewhere separately, it feels so hard for them to be like, all right, guys, we're going to outnumber Liquid. I feel like I haven't seen Pari outnumber them in an engagement in the last, what, 25 minutes almost? It was pretty much the mid-tier 1, I think, was the only time that they've outnumbered, and it was really awkward how it happened. So it just might be, is it too little too late to start 5-manning? I think the Silver Edge for Satanic is probably their last hurrah. And if he gets a break on the PA and they burst her, maybe even the Shaker or the Timber with like a Silver Edge break is the best bet that they can hope for.
Because, in a controlled situation, right, it can still be a lot of damage coming out from this DK.
Yeah, for sure. If even the Earthshaker is actually, funny enough, it's good to break him because he can't stun you with his spells. But it feels so hard for them to actually... And I don't think it's their fault. I don't think it's like, oh, they're playing bad, they can't group. It's, if you group and you get picked, you'll just lose the game as 5 heroes, so you kind of have to split, but then when you split, the Batters catch you as well. So it just feels really hard, I think, for Pari to try to find what they're supposed to do in this game. Because you compare it to Liquid, right? What is Mickey doing? He literally sees a red dot on the map, and he walks at it. And then by the time he's there, that dot is lassoed by his Bat Rider and he gets a free kill. So it just feels a lot easier for Liquid to keep playing the game right now.
There's no Silver Edge done.
Yep.
Can PARIVISION find the setup to get one of these big kills? They're going to try. Walking up towards Mika. Get the stun, they get the Silver Edge hit. He's gone the once. That's the Aegis out of it. Can do it round 2. Lasso's going to have to be used to control the Bristol. There's the jump forward for Nisha in with the Echo. Finishes off 9 class. Looks to chase down Satanic. Get the pushback with the Sonic Wave. And Satanic still has to be
It's
very
Phoenix
careful
here.
as he's solo. Mickey's able to jump in, finish him off. He's gone. This game, it's over. GG is called as we get the luxury of witnessing another PA win on this mainstream gunner.
No. So far, it's 4-0. It's been
4-0
in
on the
every
stream.
single game on the
Yeah.
mainstream.
There he is, smiles all